gasoline I smell?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you're doing amazing as always, and it's me as always. And today I just have one question for y'all. What's your favorite scary movie?
Everybody's a suspect! You're not scared, are you? Scream.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. And today I'm doing a ranking of all Scream movies. We got 5 Scream movies. Today I'm gonna rank them, and I'm gonna tell you what I think about them. And it might be a little controversial, okay? Now, before I get to the ranking itself, I just want to mention that I think that all Scream movies are good. There are no bad Scream movies. I think that all Scream movies are above mediocre, so there are no bad or mediocre Scream movies. Which I think is, that's genuinely a good thing, and I really, really like that. So, let's get into the ranking. So, my least favorite Scream movie, my number 5 is...
What do you know about trilogies?
Well, all I know about movie trilogies is that in the third one, all bets are off.
Now that we're all here, the party can begin.
Scream 3. Now listen, I know that this movie is now going through a resurrection and that people are actually really enjoying it. I'm gonna say that there are things that I really enjoy about Scream 3. Especially those Hollywood sequences, that scene with the ghost face masks, when they recreate the set of Stab, that's really good. All of this stuff is really good, but I hate so many things about Scream 3. So I don't like the way Sydney is in this movie. That's not really, a good way. Like a good storyline for her. She's essentially, most of the time, she's at home. She's working from home, and I don't know. I feel like that I feel like that in this movie we got the worst Sydney, if you know what I mean. The worst storyline for Sydney. Next thing that I hate about this movie are like those dreamy, nightmare, whatever sequences with Sydney's mom, not Maureen. I'm sorry. I hate those things. I hate those scenes really much because I think that in Scream you should never go paranormal. You shouldn't even come close to being paranormal, and those scenes kind of do it. And I don't know, it feels like something from Nightmare on Elm Street, if I'm being honest here. Like, I don't really like them, and yeah, they are not good. Also, this movie is not really gory or bloody at all, and that's partially because this movie was released, I believe, a few months after the Columbine shooting, right? And so I believe that the studio even told the people that were working on the movie that they shouldn't use so much blood and stuff, so that's also weird. So overall, I don't really like Scream 3. I enjoy it for what it is. I think that it's decent, but it's my least favorite Scream movie. I think it's honestly fine, but I don't know. And also that scene with Randy talking, on that VHS tape, I also don't know about that. But it's actually probably one of the few scenes that I like from Scream 3, so that's that. Scream 3, it's not bad, I don't hate it, but there are just things that I genuinely don't like about the movie, okay? So let's get into my number 4, and this might be controversial.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
Yes, Scream 2022. I think this movie is fine, but I was expecting something more shocking. I was expecting something that I would be like, what? They did that? No, this movie is very basic, very basic slasher movie. The kills are good. They are very gory, very bloody. But there is no tension, before the kill. You see Ghostface just comes up to the victim and, kills them. And there are no good chase sequences. The kills are good and gory and bloody and whatever, but I would love more like chase sequences. I think that the best chase sequence, if you can call it like that, is when it's the Wes it's when Ghostface kills Wes. I think that's like the best chase scene or whatever. That's not bad, but overall, what I mostly don't like about this movie is the pacing. I think that the pacing of this movie is just really weird, and it doesn't really make sense. The more and more I watch this movie, I just don't like the pacing of this movie, because it's a really fast-paced movie, right? It's really fast-paced and stuff, but the problem with that is that you don't have any room for, room to breathe, to take in scenes that happened, And so, especially, for example, that party for Wes, or in honor for Wes, right? You have this party, and, it just happens, there's no one talks about it, it just happens, this party. So, and probably the worst thing about Scream 2022 is the killer reveal. Because it's just so predictable, You can just see it miles away, okay? There's no way around it. It's just, and the motive is really weak. They met on Reddit and whatever, and they decided to kill these people. Okay, great. I just don't like the motive in this. I don't like it. And the killers being Ember and Richie was just very, very predictable, honestly. So that's that. But overall, I still think that it's an enjoyable movie, and I know, and I get why some people really love Scream 2022. But for me, I was expecting more surprises. I was expecting, better motive, and I was also expecting a bit more time for the new characters to develop, because these new characters, especially characters like Liv and Wes, and they just don't have much time to develop as characters, right? And when they get killed, I was like, I don't really even care about these characters. The only character that I really, really like is Tara. I think that Tara is really good, and I think that she should be the main character of Scream 6. Again, overall, I don't hate this movie. I would give it like a 6.5 out of 10. It's well above average, but it's not a movie that I love, It's good, and I get why people love it, but I don't personally love it. So that's why Scream 2022 is my number 4. So let's get into my number 3. Hell yeah, let's go. My number 3 is...
It's a classic case of life imitating art, imitating life.
You just want to sit here and wait and see who drops next? I'm a fighter.
What's your favorite scary movie?
Scream 2. I think that Scream 2 is really, really damn good. It's honestly amazing that they were able to do this movie in just 1 year. Like, Scream 2 came out just 1 year after the first Scream came out, and that's insanity. And gosh, this movie is really good. I actually really like this movie because the pace is not, it's I don't want to say that it's a slow burn movie. It's not by any means, but the pace is really nice and slower, and you get to just be with the characters, you know what I mean? But I have to talk about the opening scene for this movie. The opening scene for this movie is really, really damn good. It establishes the Stab franchise, and I loved it, and I love it. I think that maybe Scream 2 has the best opening scene. I love it so much. So, you have this, you have these people in the theater, and they are enjoying the first Stab movie, and this lady is essentially getting killed in the theater. She's getting butchered, and nobody gives a shit because they are watching the movie, and they are loud, and so they can't really hear her. And the whole scene is just so damn good, and I love it so much. That opening scene is so good. But I gotta say that I think that Scream 2 has the best characters, and you just get to experience those characters a lot. Randy is so good in this movie. The whole meta commentary about sequels in this is so good. And Dewey in this is also really damn good. He's funny. He's so good. And Sydney is good. Gail Weathers here is really damn good. Everybody in this movie is just really damn good in terms of like character development and just overall. I really love that. And also the kill reveal is also really good. I think that having Mrs. Loomis appear, I think that's cool. And honestly, this movie even went through like rewrites because of the leak and stuff. So it was insane that they were able to deliver this like high quality movie in a year. That's so good. That's awesome. And so Scream 2 is definitely up there for me. I really love it, and I just really like it. Okay, let's get into my number 2. Let's get into it.
It's one of those, right?
None of the above.
I'll be right back. I know this one. You're not supposed to say that, are you?
Yes, guys, Scream 4. Scream 4 is just something that I really, really love, and it came out in an in era where you had so many remakes, The Friday the 13th remake, the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake with Texas Chainsaw 3D. Just so many remakes of famous horror movies. The Hills Have Eyes, part 1 and part 2 also came out in that era. And so you have so many horror remakes, and then Scream 4 is like, yeah, this is not a remake, but it is. The whole meta commentary about remakes, is so awesome. I completely love that about Scream 4. And even the look, I know that some people hate the way Scream 4 looks, but honestly for me, I love it because, it just shows that how this movie would look if it was just another remake, right? Because when you take a look at Friday the 13th remake and Texas Chainsaw remake, they look really different from the originals, and that's what Wes Craven was going for, and I think it's cool.
Time for your last question. Name the remake of the groundbreaking.
Halloween, Texas Chainsaw, Dawn of the Dead, The Hills Have Eyes, Amityville Horror, Black Christmas, House of Wax, Hot Night, My Bloody Valentine.
But I have to talk about Jill, guys. Jill is, I want to say, she's up there with, the best killers of Scream, of the whole Scream universe, whatever. She's really damn good. I love her. And I think that she has a good motive, and she, much better than Scream 2022 killers had. She wants to be like Sydney. She wants books to be written about her. She wants movies about her. She wants the fame. And I completely love that about Jill, and she's so good. God damn it. I love Jill as a killer. She's so good. And I think that she's the best killer. Not in the whole franchise, but she's one of the best killers because she's so good. Her motive is good, and goddamn. So I love Scream 4. Also Kirby, guys. Kirby's returning in Scream 6, and that was one of my wishes when I did the video about what I want to see in Scream 6. I was talking about how I want to see Kirby return, and she will be in Scream 6, so that's good. So overall, I love Scream 4. I completely love it, and it's so good. And my number 1 is... Pow pow!
Try to hide. Everybody's a suspect! Not scared, are you? Scream.
Scream, the original. The 96 Scream. You know, I could talk about Scream for hours upon hours, but I just want to sort of say one thing about this movie, okay? The killers. Stu Macher and Billy Loomis are absolute legends of characters. God damn it, they are so good. Matthew Lillard and Skeet Ulrich did an amazing job on this.
Sure. I'm far too sensitive.
I'm gonna rip you up, you bitch! Just like your fucking mother!
You gotta find me first, you pansy-ass mama's boy!
Fuck! Fucking hit me with a phone, dick!
They are just amazing together. They have this like bro dynamic, and they are just so amazing that you don't really know if they are the killers or not. And I mean, they are funny, they are hilarious, they are at times they are so creepy and stuff. Oh my gosh, the chemistry between them is just unbelievably good. Like, especially in that finale where they are stabbing each other, they are like, you know, they are two psychos. And I just completely love that. Their dynamic is completely awesome. It was actually kind of nice to see, you know, Billy in Scream 2022. Although I think that it wasn't it wasn't well executed. But whatever. But gosh, Billy and Stu are so goddamn good. That's like the only thing that I want to say about this movie now, because I could talk about how the cinematography is good, how the screenplay is absolutely amazing, and how everything just works about the movie. But I just want to talk about, Billy and Stu. God damn it, they are so good. Wow, I just, you know, when they are just talking to one another, gosh, it's so good, right? The best killers of the whole Scream franchise, and I think that they, you know, nobody can take that away from them except for Jill. I think that Jill was really good. Anyway, guys, that's all for today. This is my Scream ranking. I would love to know your ranking of the movie, so let me know down below. I'll see you in the next one, guys. Take care as always. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. So take care and bye.